Okay, you know what? Fuck this. I'm never gonna get pips. I hate this shit so much. I posted. I'm not gonna say they're theories. I'm gonna say more like questions for the most part. What I have, okay? So, I went through all my, not all my, but the lower section of my notes yesterday because I realized that when lore comes up, I read it once and then someone tells me like, "Hey, toss it in notes," but like I don't really look over it and like think about it, which I probably should. So I went over it because I'm like there's probably like exposition I'm missing and stuff. So I went over it. This is all the questions and thoughts I had. Okay, not all of them, but I mean the ones that matter. Okay. Read at 4:30. Oh fuck. Okay. All right. We can make that work. All right. We do like 9. We do 9 chapters on a 3-hour stream anyway, so it's 10. Fuck it. Okay. First, dragons live but are hidden. We know this. And the giant king was killed, but there was no mention of whether all giants were dead or not, which makes me think giants are probably alive somewhere, kind of in the same way that dragons are, just hidden. And then I assume, and this is not exactly like big or new because I've already mentioned this, but like I feel like the giants are linked to the palace above the Grey Fog because every time, like not every time, but like all the time when Klein goes up there, it says like, oh, it looks like the house of a giant or something. So giants are probably involved in somehow. This could be like the home of the giant king Ormir or something. I don't know. Nothing too in depth or anything, but just my thoughts. Lone Kingdom says Lord of Storms, EBS, and God of Knowledge defeated the dragons and giants, but in the City of Silver, they say the true creator did. So either that's conflicting information, which is very possible because religious dogma can often conflict. That's fine. Or somehow the true creator is all three. So I was thinking this fits into my sort of highway theory still. I don't so Storm and then did it say EBS? What was it? No, not that one. Storm, EBS, knowledge. Okay. EBS, knowledge. That is horrible, but you guys get the fucking point. So it could be that somehow all three of them are the same person. If you guys remember from a while back, this was like a kind of guess I made in that, like, if you're traveling on a highway, let's say Lord of Storm is the sequence 0 of the Sailor Pathway. EBS is the leader of the Sun Pathway. Knowledge is the, I don't know, the head of the Reader Pathway or the Planter. I don't know, fucking one of them. Okay, probably the Reader Pathway, right? But what if there's like, and these are all sequence zeros, obviously, because they're gods. But what if there's like a thingamajig on top of them? You know what I mean? Like in the same sense that like at a sequence 4, you can start trading potions in certain formulas. What if there's like a, well, you can't go down. That's fucking stupid. Like maybe in the same way there's like a thing. Because my theory was like you're on a highway and you're all headed north. You know what I mean? So maybe this is north. Maybe the north is true creator here. So that would, because that would make the 2 stories from the main continent and from the City of Silver not contradict. If we wanted to reconcile them, that's the only way I can. I was curious where Bernadette comes in. Bernadette, Roselle's daughter, because Zaratul said that. Hi, Dr. Z. How you doing? Because they said Zaratul said Bernadette's daughter would be Yark. How's it going? Bernadette would be I'm not. I haven't started reading Dr. Z. I was just going over. So I read through all my the lore section of my notes yesterday, and these were just some thoughts I had. So I was just going over those. So I'm curious where Bernadette fits in, because we haven't heard anything about her yet. The Einhorn and Sauron family. I know they're of the. I know the royal family of the Inter Republic. I just mean I don't know anything about them yet. Like, nothing's been mentioned about them, so I'm curious what happens with them. We only started like maybe 5 minutes ago, Dr. C. So if you want to just go back and watch that, feel free. But nothing too much. Really, the top one, I didn't kind of say much. The second one, I kind of had a vague theory. I don't even know how to categorize it, but like, how he's the god of 3 different pathways. That's true. My theory. Okay, so I'm not. Again, I don't have a lot of conviction in this, so I don't even want to call it a theory. But what my guess would be is that if different pathways that intertwine, because logically, if okay, you know what? I'm not sorry. Reset this. Fuck it. Okay. We might start reading a little bit later than intended. Okay, because this is gonna take some time to explain. Because if every pathway is its own thing, which is what it's seeming like right now, if all 22 pathways are their own separate thing, they have their own 9 through 0, every single one does, why would it ever make any sense for them to be interchangeable at high sequences? That doesn't make any sense. Or like for 2 or 3 of them to be interchangeable, not all of them obviously, right? The only reason that would make any sense is if there's a overarching thing, or no, that's not right. If there's an overarching thing that makes them work together, like, I don't know if I'm explaining this very coherently, but because if they were all individual things, then you would never be able to interchange pathways. It wouldn't make any sense. But the fact that you are able to interchange them must mean there's some overarching thing that's bringing them together and making them coherently work. Do you know what I mean? So that in that case, it would be like the true creator is the, I don't want to say God, because a God is a sequence 0, and like this is a thing above a God. I don't even know conceptually what you would put above God. I don't know. Universe? I don't fucking know. Right? So like the true creator would theoretically stand above all 3 pathways. And the fact that he is the, I'm just going to say God, it's not God, because again, it's something above God, but the fact that he's the God of both, all 3 pathways or whatever, he would allow him, shut the fuck up, Milosh, I see you, okay? He would allow for there to be like crossings of the pathways. Do you know what I mean? That was part of what I find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Fucking Einhorn family, whatever. Oh yes, here. Or no, not here. Sorry, this is gonna lead to another one. So, City of Silver, where the sun disappeared. Could the ancient sun god have died here, and that's why there's no sun there? That was a theory. Because my guess is there was probably an ancient sun god. He died. EBS, the current EBS that we know, came into being sometime after him, and he's the new sequence 0 of the Bard pathway, right? So that. But hold on, I had a thing. Oh yes, see, yes, here. If there's a thing above deities, then the followers of that deity from different pathways would say different parts of that god, hence different gods, but similar. So what I was thinking about particularly, what brought me to this sort of revelation was somewhere in my note. Can I pull that up? Yes. Moon. Yes. No. Yes. See, Somewhere, to be under factor, I don't even know where this excerpt is from, but just fucking follow along. To be under factions which are in different continents, had no way of communicating with each other, had chosen to worship the moon itself and ignore the Evernight goddess. So in a similar vein, theoretically, if let's say there's 3 pathways, and let's say the Evernight, whatever, is the thing above the pathways, people from different pathways would see different part of their divine because they'd be more in tune to a different part of Evernight. So like a certain faction would only be in tune of the moon, so they would never think about the actual goddess herself. They would just think of the moon because that's what's primordial and that's what speaks to them. And another part of it, let's say the night what the fuck is it called, the sleepless pathway, would be really in touch with the actual Evernight goddess, and they would never consider the moon. And theoretically there'd be like a thing in the middle that would kind of worship bits of both. And then sorry, I'm just gonna go through all of them really quickly. It was mentioned in my notes somewhere that that a descendant of Death was the founder of the Numinous Episcopate. So I was wondering, the only descendant of Death that we know of is Azek, and even then we don't really know if he's a descendant of Death. It's just a theory of Klein. So if that's true, then could Azek be the founder of the Numinous Episcopate? And then in time... Wait, do I know the... Oh, yes, I do know the pathway is interchangeable with things. Sorry. No, not that one. Fuck. Where is it? Sequences. Sleepless, Corpse Collector, and Giant pathway. So let's say the sleepless portion is really in touch with the with the goddess. The corpse collector is really in touch with the, I don't know, the night portion of it, I guess, because corpse collector, darkness, whatever, right? So they'd be in touch with like the darkness, maybe the moon, and then the giant pathway. I don't fucking know what the giants would be in touch with. These guys are fucking lunatics. Okay, whatever. So maybe Azek could be the founder of the Numinous Episcopate. 4 emperors. Black Emperor of the Solomon family. That one we already know. Devil of the Tudor family. So my guess is that the Tudor family was in control of the Devil pathway, because it said the half crazed blood emperor or some shit, and devils are crazy. So Devil would kind of make sense. Head of the sleepless pathway of the Truanst family. I don't know what piece of knowledge led me to that. And death of the southern continent. We know that, obviously. Yes, the fact that the true creator is on both continents, which is now confirmed because there's a shepherd on in the city of Silver. Who was talking to the true creator, and obviously the true creator is on the main continent, means that at some point there was contact or travel between the continents, because otherwise how the fuck did it pop wherever it started, whether it started in the city of Silver or vice versa, how did it get to the other place? Which means at some point, or possibly even now, there is contact or travel between the continents. It's just really restricted, or was. Stated by Klein that each devil... Yes, exactly, yes. This was another thing. Stated by Klein that each devil powers are a little different. So during yesterday's stream, Isengard was... I promise I will get to reading in like a little bit, okay? Isengard stated that like a devil has the ability to... what the fuck was the phrasing? Like he can recognize danger before it happens. Like he'll know that like, hey... I don't know how to phrase it, right? Whatever. I think you guys get what I'm saying. But... Klein in his mind sensed danger. Yes, thank you, Dr. Z. But Klein said in his mind, but each devil will be in tune to different stuff at different levels. So like he'll be in tune to like a different kind of can I just pull it up? Maybe this will be easier if I can. when they were talking about, yeah, oh yes, it even works weeks in advance for some devils. Yeah, exactly. So like some devils will be more in tune with that, right, as opposed to others. So whatever. Okay, I think you guys get it. As opposed to others. So I'm wondering if that same thing applies to gods. Like, in my mind, previously anyway, I would have imagined that like a god of a pathway has like these powers. Like he's the god of the sun, hence he can do X, Y, Z things. Like he can just do that. But if everyone's powers through the pathways are different, even if they're of the same pathway, of the same sequence, then maybe like your soul has a bearing on the powers that you receive. Like maybe your soul is in tune to certain things more, so your powers are more directed in that sense. So maybe that's why gods are similar, but similar over the ages, but they kind of morph. Because the god dies, there's a new god who's similar enough that conceptually you just overlap it with the old god, but their powers are slightly different. Stated by and then it was also stated that I just came in time. Holy yep. Okay, fuck you, Zareth. Stated that the Aman family's history was distorted. So I'm wondering if they have like either time manipulation powers or they have some mind fuckery powers. I just put time manipulation, but mind fuckery is also definitely in there. Oh, and then I don't recall ever reading this at all, but which is fucked. But it said the Aman family are blasphemers, and they have the ability to usurp the power of a deity. What the fuck? I don't even know how to. I don't even have a theory for that. I just read that and I was like, I don't fucking. What do I do with this? That's crazy. If there's a thing about deity. Okay, we already went over that one. Yes. And then last one was Klein said Aman's nature may be what allowed him to invade, may have given him. I don't even know how this was phrased. But Klein said Aman's nature may allow him to invade and restrain the gray fog. So I'm wondering, could my divination ever be right? Could he be of the Marauder pathway? The scam artist? The one who steals shit from people? Because usurp is like a big word to say steal, really. And then it also said his nature may allow him to invade and restrain. Could he be of the Marauder? Dude, if that actually comes true, that would be the most mindfuck thing I've possibly ever had in my life. Alayola, Sin, Zareth, how's it going, guys? Okay, that is it for the theory crafting portion of today. Thank you for watching. Now it's time to start reading. Okay, we are